this Gemstone seminar, a valuable resource information. It has to do with how to start making money in this precious stone industry. You discover that in Nigeria we have a lot and different type of gemstone, and it is the mines that are just there. And there are a lot of foreign buyers who are waiting. And I want to tell you today that to all of you that are here, I know that your expectation is very high. I want to tell you today that you will exceed your expectation. I've been in this building for the past 12 months, and I've got a lot of offers here and there, here and there, and there. I'll just share one with you. Sort of somebody just called me last week again. They want Aquamarine. I guess that is the way, as from today, you're going to get so many requests. And one thing with those requests is that you can easily make money if you're, because it's genuine, you can sell it and make money. So, same. And after today's lecture, I'll come back and give you, which is my bonus. Because I have a lot of consultants in solid brothers industry. I got a request from the consultant of a particular minerals. They call it antimony ore. Antimony ore. So I was like, and you know what? Everybody I discussed about this, you said, that mineral, can't get it in Nigeria. Can't get it. Even in China, they said they don't have it again in China. I was like, okay. I started talking to people. Fortunately, I was able to get it. They said we have a large deposit in Nasarawa and in Bauchi. So I sent somebody. There's a particular doctor who bought a site of antimony ore, and he was waiting that one day this site, I know that I will make money from this site. And the request. All the requests, all the letters sent to me by those people in front China is in your CD. All the letter, the phone number, the addresses, everything is in that CD you have it. So if you have a laptop or a computer, good for you. So you can actually print out those our transaction. For now, a bag, just like that, a ton is $3,500. And I'm surprised in US, $9,500. I don't know, but in US to China. But me, I want to be frank with you. I mean, I'll just go because now that with that $3,000-5,000, you will still make money. And from those the quote they sent to me, as many quantity that they are ready to buy. I will have a large quantity. And there's particular information they gave me. They call it SB content. Even they say if it's 30, 40, 50, they are going to buy. And in their country, the highest is 65. And when we wait, the one I have, I'm going to show you when I come back later. The one I have with me now, which I'm going to show you. I hope you have with your camera phone so that you can take. No, I have the picture with you. There's a picture inside your CD. But I'll prefer, because I've already sent them to them. So there's not as if we all of us are going towards the same. So you can take another posture of that materials to them. That one I'm sending, it is 72, which is highest. I want to say about that antimony ore is that the highest, the more. So I don't think we can set down, they are 72. And I don't think they can pay 3.5 for that 72. So I want to thank you for coming to this seminar. And I want us to work together. So that if you have any problem, call me. If you have any problem, I'll call you. Understand? Let us work together as a team. And my first person, more as they call me, they are ready to work with you. Understand? Yes, so if you have a contract, okay, this is the contract I have. How can I do it? What can I do? You understand? We are ready to work with you. Understand? So I want to congratulate you for coming to this seminar. So the first lecture is on gemstone identification, because one thing about gemstone is that you need to know which one is which. You need to know how to identify the original one. That's what you're going to do. and how to start with little or no capital. So the person I'm going to introduce to you is from a company, Crystal Courts. Then to Gemstone Business, the courts, the stone. So if you have any question about gemstone and cutting of gemstone, they will be able to answer your question. So let me introduce this shoulder hair. Can you please?
Thank you very much. Thank you. As he has introduced, I'm Lola Dishulake. Yeah, my company deals with gemstones, identification, selection, cutting, polishing, finishing. We try to finish too. So this morning let me just try and let's place a description of what a gem is. What differentiates these rocks from other rocks? Because actually they are rocks, but there's something that makes them special. Number one is their rarity. You don't find them on every street of Lagos or Ibadan, anywhere. They are rare. So then number two, their color. They have specific coloration. Their coloration makes them good as accessories and ornaments into jewelries. Then their transparency. For a stone to be a gem, it needs to allow the passage of light through it. Every stone that allows the passage of light without hindrances, they are perfect gems. They are clean, no obstruction in between them, no cracks, no inclusions, nothing. They are just clean. Maybe something like this. The light could go in and from the other side. They are perfect. Then their coloration, the color has to be distinct and clear and bright. Those are gems. And the gems has to be perfectly cut. Even if a stone is clean, good color, with good color and every other thing, if you do not do justice to the cutting, then you can't have a gem. It can't fetch you money. So every stone, even the not so good quality stones, if you give them the good cut, they tend to justify the monetary value or bring something out of them. So like now, gems are anything that has color. Given a general, I want us to do a one-man. Let's have a general something we can understand about gems. Gems are stones. They can be organic stones. Gems, these stones could be. They have the technical part that for the next 3 months we can still be studying the scientific, the physical properties and everything. But at least let's do something that we can know about it. They are rocks, either organic or inorganic. Some, like most of these rocks are inorganic. Then we have the organic. That is those that are formed from waste of other, maybe sedimentary waste or dead trees or whatever, like amber. Amber is an organic rock. So it could be organic or inorganic. But they are rocks, but they are rare, they have good coloration, they have transparency, they have luster, as in after cutting and polishing, you could get a mirror-like effect from them. So that's a general in our own terms of what gems are. Then when people start, do we keep buying? Because I found out that even the miners, they keep mining the stones. Most times they don't actually know what stones they are bringing. But because we are into jewelry business, every woman, why is gold in vogue? Because it's there forever. It has a bright color, even on us, to bring out something, to add more to our beauty. That's why we wear gold. So the stones too, the gems too should be able to do the same thing. There's no point buying rocks that even after cutting and polishing will not add glamour or beauty to the person wearing them. So even when your miners bring stones to you, you check for color. Then you check for transparency. Let me quickly talk about the issue of transparency. We have in the underneath transparency, we have transparent stones, we have translucent stones, then we have the opaque, the ones, okay, the transparent, as I said, allow 100% passage of light. The translucent, like this, we can say this is a transparent rock, is a good quality. Maybe the color is not rich enough, but the color is not bad. There's no crack. You have to look for cracks. We don't want cracks. We don't want cracks in stones, because you find out that some stones, even with good colors and everything, we find cracks in them. The moment you add pressure onto the stones, they give way. Even after polishing and everything, they still tend to break. So you don't want a stone that has crack. So under the translucent rock, we have this type of rock allows partial passage of light. So, okay, maybe can you just pass this around? It's not 100%. So they are good too, but as you begin to deal with the stones, you know what each one of them are good for. So let's go to the opaque. The opaque, they do not allow they do not allow passage of light at all. But that does not make them useless. They are very good. They have all the properties of a gemstone. So in our day-to-day dealings with gems, we tend to know, get wisdom and experience concerning this gem. Then with experience, we know that, oh, forget it, I don't want this, I don't need this. Like this could pass for an opaque kind of stone. It does not, sorry, can you pass this? It does not allow the passage of light. But you can see that even after cutting and polishing, it will get to a ribbon-like perfection. It comes out with perfect shine, has all the attributes of the gem, has its distinct color and every other thing. So, now, let's assume the miners brought us some stone, so much stone. Then we have different. Then, in the past, to cut these stones there is very difficult. Is only few people, let's say the Indians, that actually have the technology or the experience of cutting the gems. There's no instrument, there's no apparatus to do them. But as time goes on, development and technology, so we tend to find way of bringing out, of making best use of the stones. So we nowadays, we have two ways of cutting stones. We have the faceted stones. That is, a gemstone could be faceted or could be cabochon. A gemstone now, you're rough.
Sorry,
can I land them? We take more questions. Okay, can we?
The separation.
Yeah.
This one is very rough and this one is not. What's the difference?
They come, that's their natural form. That's how nature made them. They just want you to hold it to as a time and let's see. Then we'll talk about that. The raw stone, when you have your raw stone with you, you want to do two things. You can only do two things. Not only, but in the are accepted into cutting stones. That is the faceted stones. A stone, a gem could be faceted or cabochon. Cabochon. C-A-B, cabochon. Cabochon. It could be faceted. C-A-B-O, then C-H-O-N. So your rough, because it's not yet a gem now, your rough could be faceted or cabochon. For you to facet stones, I would like to pass this around because this is a faceted stone. Faceted stone, the stone must have good color, good and rich color, and very bright. Even if it's black, then it must allow the passage of light. We have some black stones that allow 100% passage of light. They do not have cracks. They do not have inclusions. They are perfect. Okay, any stone that will allow 100% passage of light is in faceting stones. A particular gem now has many, is now cut at different planes, at different angles, so that when light passes through it, the light is reflected and deflected at different angles, giving you the twinkling that is peculiar to a gem. You know, when I don't know if anybody is married with an engagement ring. That's the essence. When it caught light, you find all the dazzling happening around it. It's the multiple facets of that particular stone that made that to happen. So for the stone to catch and capture light, it has to be clean. I'm saying that it's very important. The stones has to be clean, has to be clear, has to be rich in color, has to be flawless. So let's say I have these two stones. Please, which one is good for faceting now? The right hand or the left hand? The right hand. Because it's clear, it's clean, at least it has a color and it allows 100 passage of light. So we'll use this, we'll never use this for faceting. Good. And faceting is the engineering of stone cutting, is the science of stone cutting. That's where the money is, in faceted stones. That's where all the deals is, in faceted stones. They are beautiful. Anybody could pay anything for them. They are attractive. They speak for themselves. You don't need to argue much about it. It's either you take or not. It speaks for themselves. Imagine that stone, beaded in gold work. Just imagine it and see all the captions with lights. Okay. Then the other one is the second way of cutting stones is called cabochon. In cabochon, the stones that we use for cabochoning, it depends on individual. Sometimes you use you use a stone that is clean and clear and with inclusion. This is not 100% clear, but it's cut into a cabochon. Cabochon is much more easier to cut, unlike faceted stone. You can use a semi-transparent, a translucent stone, or a stone that will never even allow the passage of light. And it depends on choice. You can even use a perfect clear stone. So can you pass this around? You can cut it think of it, I noticed that clear stones with inclusion is there. Inclusions could be, let me quickly explain what we meant by inclusion. Inclusions are not cracks, but they could be entrampments of gaseous matter or liquid or imperfect formation of the rock trapped within the rock. You know, this rock are erupted from the earth's crust, from deep down in the earth due to pressure. So they come to the surface, and the way they cool tends to depend their formation, whether they are going to be crystal or igneous rock or whatever. So I think the way they cool, some cool very, very rapidly, some cool and it takes years for them to cool. Meanwhile, hereby entrapping, some other gaseous matter, as in gases or liquid, or we have some rocks that are not actually or totally cool, or the rate at which the outermost part of the rock cool is different from the way the internal part of the rock cools down. So those are the things that forms inclusion in rock. But I found out that rocks with inclusion are mostly beautiful for cabochon. They are very good. You can see the amethyst. The amethyst I'm passing around is the purple stone. You can see it does not have crack, but it has inclusion in them. I think the inclusion, to me, it makes it beautiful. It's beautiful. The color is rich. It would have been a beautiful stone to be faceted, but it does not allow 100% passage of light. The color is so beautiful, it's so rich. It's only that it has inclusion. So we decide to cabochon it. Good. So I think we are getting somewhere. Then in other parts of the world, thank you, sir. In other parts of the world, they do engraving of stones. Because some miner could bring, or nature could give you a rough stone, a rough gem that could be as big as this tripod stand and bulky as well. We find some rocks as big as that in some parts of the world. And what justice they do to them is they carve them. They have stone carvers that will carve something out of it, a bowl. I think the Brazilian do much of that, and some parts of the world, they will carve the stone, bring into whatever beautiful things and polish them. But we don't do that here. We don't even have so much stones. Or we have so much stones, but we don't know the art of cutting yet. We are just picking up. So engraving and that's what they do again. Then we have some low-grade stone. You understand? Like this, my rock here, it has been sliced and sliced and sliced and sliced. Like now, what would I do with this? The only thing I can do is to throw it away, because it has so much depression on it. What will we cut it? And it has crack at the bottom, so I cannot even cabochon it. I can't. Yeah, I will pass it around now. So I can't cabochon it. What I will do is to break it into pieces, then try and preform it. Preforming is trying to shape, to pre-shape, to bring a rough shape of what I have in mind. Or I can break them into pieces and throw them into tumbling machine. Keep pouring them in my tumbling machine. If they are up to 1 kg, start tumbling them. Tumbling is a very slow process. It's a very slow process, and it happens this way that you either use we have something, we have an equipment we call vibrating tumbler or rotating tumbler. It works this way. It uses electricity now. It works this way that you open a barrel, keep pouring your stones there over abrasive. The abrasive could be diamond dust or whatever. We know that diamond is the hardest stone found on earth. It has the hardness of 10. So even to cut these stones, most of the equipment or the blades or the wheels that are used to cut stones, because most of these stones are very, very, very hard to cut, are diamond embedded wheels or diamond embedded blades to saw through and to work on them. So you pour this abrasive into the barrel, add some water, then you start the process by putting on the electricity. So it happens this way that this number of stones, after cutting, they are in pieces this way. So they keep the rotating tumbler keep moving this way, and it's like the stones keep grating upon each other, like with the help of the abrasive that is included in it. So maybe after a week, I pull up those stones. They would have grated on each other, removing the sharpness of the edges. Then I take them off the barrel, wash them off the abrasive, then pour them back into the barrel, increase the fineness of the abrasive. We have them from 80 mesh, 200 mesh, 400 mesh, 800 mesh to 1000. So let's say in the sixth week, I wash the final abrasive off it. Then I pour the polishing powder into it. Then go into another week for another 1 week. Sorry. Then this is what we have. We call good stones now. If you don't perform it, like those ones were not performed. Like I said the other time, I said perform is like reshaping, giving the stone a kind of shape that you want. Fine, those stones were not performed. So after tumbling and polishing, they came out that way. But we saw people that bought them, use them as decorative stones. You just buy a beautiful bowl from Yaba, you understand? I found out that Nigerians are very creative. They buy the stones bowl from Yaba, they put all these stones, put it on your center table. You say, oh, where these are all things that you travel to Italy, you buy them. So this is what happens if you don't perform the stones. So if you don't perform them, you can have them this way and strung them as beads. You have to get a driller. We got our own driller from India, and we find a way of drilling the stones. Then we pass strings into them and start making them into beads. Those, they are not preformed. They are just break and tumble, they are polished. Then we have some that are preformed. Then sometimes, we are highly fashionable. Then we over time, we tend to be like, how can we finish these stones? Because they are beautiful pieces. But we found out that no matter how beautiful these stones are, it can't be worn the way it is. So we started using our brain, Niger for sure. What can we do? Okay, then we found out that we could perform. So after cutting these stones into pieces, breaking them into pieces, then we take them to our cabochon machine. In the machine to cut a stone. Yes, let's quickly talk about this. This is my pieces of rough stone. Then we now have classification. So I bought this rough from Mala. And I bought this and this. Wow. And I'm like, okay, it's now left for me to decide what I will do with the stones. Then I look at the stone. It allows 100 passage of light. This is topaz. It allows 100 passage of light. It's colorless. It's distinct, at least it's colorless. Okay, fine. Then I decide, since there's no crack, no inclusion, wow, what a beautiful pieces. Then I decide within me, I know what I will do. I'm going to facet these stones. Then I take it to my saw-in machine. I place it on it, then I saw. Because we have to find a way of breaking these huge pieces into smaller pieces. Because our facetron is very, very sensitive. The machine used for faceting stones is called facetron. Since we are not much, the stone, then within me, facet this stone. Since it has no inclusion, it's perfect colorless. That what style, what shape should I cut? I decide to cut an oval topaz shape with it. That's an oval shape. Maybe a small pieces like this from the rock. Then I preformed it. You can see how the topaz looks. At the very top is flat. The flat top is called the table. Then okay, let me just do this. I'm sorry, maybe I'll just quickly show you. This is what happens. These are the saw. You first saw, you grind, you sand, then you polish. It's trying to polish like that. This is the table. This is the table, the flat surface. On top is the table. Then from this, the pavilion. You can see that it has, please, you can pass the rock around again. You can see that these are the facets. 1, 2, 3. You can see it's multifaceted to allow passage of light at different angles, so that it can do all this shine, when light passes through. So that you need multi-facets on it. We have the crown. The upper part of the stone is called the crown. The lower part is called the pavilion. Then this is the belt. It's from the belt that the light. This is the girdle, like the belt. That's the intermediary between the crown and the pavilion.
Sorry, is it the machine that has all this shape, the beginning? Is it the one that has this shape that shaped it this way before polishing?
Yeah, you have to. Okay, I don't know how this could be done, but I'll try my best. Okay, let's say now I cut this my rock. I saw these pieces out of it. Then I preformed it. I tried to give it a shape like that. I can't do it with my ordinary fingers, but I try to make this place, you understand, as, let me give you one, so that you can keep passing. Please pass round. Then I try to give this place this sharp edge and a table and this. Then I found a dope. A dope is a metal-like object that we glue this stone onto with the help of wax. We have a doping wax that we glue the two together. Like the book called it, this is the engineering of stone cutting. Is the most difficult part, is the most technical part. Then you bring your facetron after deciding what type of cut is suitable for this stone. Because it's transparent, it's better that it allows much more a cut that will have many facets on it. Then after that, I've decided my cut. Then I put it onto the facet run. The facet run has different angles. For each stone has its own refractive index. There's a stone cutting book that gave a refractive index for each stone. Then let's say I want to cut a diamond cut. That's an oval cut. This one is a star cut, the green stone called obsidian.
So the facet run is customized?
No, it's not. It's just a machine that could cut all stones except diamond.
No, I mean for customized inside, you can cut all stone into any shape or design.
Yes, that you choose. You have to decide what you are cutting out. Now you now. Okay. Now you have your book of okay.
Does the facet run have indications?
Yes. Okay. It has indexes. In fact, it has so many numbers and everything. So it's a bit technical, isn't it? So you have to adjust and adjust and adjust and adjust. Yes, for each cut, if I'm making an emerald cut, I have to start adjusting and adjusting to suit that. If I'm making a diamond cut, I have to start doing that all over again, you understand? So for that, after preforming and doping, I start cutting the table. Thank you, sir. I start cutting the table and everything. Then after cutting the table, for each one, let's say I use 96 to make the first facet now. 96, I have to use that 96 for this angle, 96 for this plane, 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 like 10 cuts on a side. I use the 96 10 times. Fine. Then I change to 46. Then I start use that 46 too on another 10 times again. But it's not going to overlap upon the one I did. It's going to make another cut that is slightly higher. It's going to do another facet, pound, 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 a bit higher than the other. So it's like now I have 96 below, 46 a bit on top. Now I have 20 facets on the crown. You understand? Sorry. Except already. Then let's say we use 36 because the more the facets, the better for the stone. We now use 36 and do another 10. Then I now bring my polishing lap and go back to my 96 and start cutting and start polishing all the 10 facets for that 96. Do you understand? Then I go to 46 again and polish all the tiny facets that I made with 46 index. Then I go to 36 and polish all the facets I made with 36 index. Then I polish the table. Then I transfer the dope. I bring two dopes together, put wax on this, so that I join their heads together, so that this wax is removed and transferred upon this wax. You know, I finished this one, cutting and polishing. So I have this pavilion. So I now take this back to the facet room and start cutting the pavilion. Maybe now another 8 with 46, 8 facets using 96, then another 8 facets using 46. Then it's closed. Then I bring out my polishing lap and do the same thing. Then I polish the belts. Then I have a stone, the faceted stone.
But if we are going to do so much on a stone that is not translucent or something, that will not allow light to pass through, and how long will it take you to do that has light that can allow light to pass through?
This is a transparent stone and you are faceted. Like I said earlier, I've said it. This is not a joke. It's a serious business. It's not a child's play. It's not for everybody. It's not everybody that make faceted stones. That's why it's a bit expensive in the market, because this is the only cut that could bring out the beauty of this stone.
I'm a pay.
Yes, so can be. Which one is not beautiful? This is beautiful because it's being made in a type of cabochon facet. But you can see that they are both crystal. They both allow light, although this one has some inclusion. But this one is more beautiful and expensive. Okay. So that's our faceted stone. Then cabochon. Cabochon is simpler, it's better, it's not bad. Cabochon, you bring your stone to the sewing machine. You sew. Like this stone, this is a black tourmaline. This is a black tourmaline. Like this stone is first sliced, then start processed on from the rock. You first saw it. After sawing it, then you bring the stone to your grinding machine. It's with the grinding machine that you perform it. You try to give it a shape you want. You know, it's been sliced. Then with the grinding machine, you try to like saw off. You know, the sewing machine is a bit crude. So what we now want to do is to remove all the coarseness away from the stone. Then you remove it, you grind it, then while removing and making the stone smooth and smoother. That's what we are trying to do. Then from the grinding machine, you take it to the sanding machine. You know, like these carpenters used to do. After sewing, they start sandpapering and everything to make it smooth. That's exactly what's happening. All stones were as rough as that, but after much processing, they become this way. They become so beautiful, so polished, so sweet. Then you polish. We polish. Then after sanding, you keep sanding till I think from 80 grit to 200 to 240 to 600 to 800 or 1000. Then you take it to the polishing lab using aluminium oxide or diamond dust to polish. Then you have your good gem. They are good. Then, wow, in the developed world, I think they have an organization through which they sell stones. But in Nigeria here, and we found out that they don't actually like doing business with us. They just like buying our rocks. They don't like buying from. They don't want us to be cutters. They want us to be ignorant forever while they come down here and buy all our rocks. Even if you want to sell them the rare stones and giving them perfect cuts, they will still tell you that, okay, I might buy for you. Can you get me like 20 grams of pink tourmaline? So they want to buy all the rocks from us. But we are Nigerians. We are super people. We are wonderful people. We are not going to sit down anymore. Then I found out something again. These are gems. And the best justice to them is to finish them into jewelry. They are not good enough this way. And the best way to do that, if they are precious stones, is to finish them into everlasting accessories like gold, platinum, yellow gold, or white gold, or silver. But I found that something in Nigeria, that our goldsmiths are not precise. They are using old ways of goldsmithing. So we have a problem. Today, if I try and say, fine, we are Nigerians, let me take this to the goldsmith at Onipan. He might do a good job with this today. And somebody saw it and said, what? You mean this is made in Nigeria? I'll pay anything for it. Do it for me. And I now take this one. My customer saw this and loved it and said, fine. Oh, can you do this? I'll pay. Put white gold. I have some white gold. Can you make it for me? Then you find out that your customer, the same goldsmith that did a beautiful work yesterday, is going to do a very bad work today. So what do we do? That's a challenge. That's a challenge that I notice, and it's painful. It's painful. It's very, very painful. So then we took some down to Dubai to finish into gold. They are beautiful pieces. In fact, we sold every one of them. They are beautiful. The gold work is perfect. The faceted stones in gold work. Oh wow. And you know what we did? In all these developed countries, they don't like bogus stones. Excuse me. This is a stone. Yes. It's supposed to be a jewelry. But can you hear this? So you finish it into gold to be able to hear.
What I mean is, are you mixing up with gold, or you're just making it into dressing accessory?
You make it wearable. It's only your accessories that will make it wearable. Like this. So because of the gold issue, we took them down to Dubai. They are perfect. They are perfect. Then we found out that this developed world, even if we send our goals to them, we found out that we have different tastes in jewelry. We are African people. We love bogus things, just like the Americans. When you are doing your own one, then you wear your green olive guinea with this size of pendant and with this earring. At least let everything, you've worked hard enough, let everything set. But these developed people, they don't like it. They say, wow, it's beautiful, but it's too big. So it's high time we do something that suits us. So we start cutting stones to our taste. They are nice. Then we found out that even finishing them to gold work, they are expensive because the stones are big. Then enough gold to hold it has to be massive. Then we come to this conclusion now that whatsoever stone you have to cut now has to be flat. It doesn't have to be like this anymore. These are big. For you to enclose this in gold, you will try. But the difference in this, yeah, it's cool. If only, that's why we try to find accessories to do them. We love it. Mind you, that thing, when you do gele with it, it's going to be a bomb.
What about fila with it?
You guys are not.
It's only gele.
It's only gele. So when you do your gele with this, you are over there, you is sure. But now we found out that it has to be very, very flat. So this, we slice them now, so that at the end of the day we have this. Even if we want to take them, some people buy from us, and when they go for their summer, they finish them either in Italy, Dubai, or wherever that place is there. But that's what I just said. If you can have a goldsmith, like somebody was telling me that there's a guy in Egba that does a perfect and good goldsmithing. Do you understand? So we now start, what can we do? It's not everybody. We found some people that they don't believe in gold. That instead of me buying gold, I would rather buy like 10 different earrings and feel good. So we bought accessories and drilled them. You understand? We are trying to find a means to an end. So we did this. We put them into accessories. Then we did this too
Gold all these two.
with gold-filled wires. So this is a pendant.
Sorry. When you took these items to Dubai to cut, you still brought them back.
Not to cut.
To finish it in Nigeria, just something. You still brought them back to Nigeria to sell.
Yes.
Or you sold from there.
You find some people that will be like, I want to buy your stuff. You understand? Even when you are doing it, some of those goldsmiths will be like, can you sell it? You understand? There is an earring that is being wired. So these are,
Gold wire.
yeah, this is gold-filled wire. So it could be wired as well. It could be enclosed with gold. It could be wired. It could be drilled and accessorized. Then I think we bought this too. So we bought some jump rings from Crafties and this citrine is so beautiful.
Yes. This was a stone oil.
They are stones. They are all stones. We don't cut plastic. You know, how would you know the difference between stone and what imitation?
Pottery. It's right.
Weight.
Okay, you might not even have
We will not put on something like this.
leave that, you know. Chinas are good though. This between China, they are very good. Number one, stones against you are cold. If you have any are cold,
But this one is not.
because you rubbed it. Do you understand? You held it in your hands, so it has absorbed your heat. It's cold. Then number two, scratch it with knife. It will never scratch. Scratch it. It will
Once
not scratch.
polish.
Even the way it is, scratch it with knife. I'm talking about the stone.
Apart from knife, scratching it on the floor does it?
I would, but scratch it with knife because you might not know the hardness of the stone you are talking about. Amber is an organic stone. It's very, very light. I think about 3, the hardness is 3. Very light. To polish is a problem. But it's a beautiful pieces. We sold, amber comes natural. It's formed from, this amber, in the pieces of amber that is, you can see it's very light. It has the natural properties of rubber. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Because when you see it, it feels like amber.
Yeah, you can hold it, you can notice that it's very light.
Just like rubber. This stone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Amber.
that's
Amber.
amber.
Amber
That's
now.
a genuine
Amber.
amber. It costs a fortune. Especially if you have the ones that has insects in them. Those are very rare.
How?
We sold all those
How?
ones with insects.
Insects.
Insects in them. Inside it.
Yes.
Kokoro, yes. God
There's
bless
someone
you.
like that in Benin. And I was like, no, I don't want
Oh,
this.
you-
Oh. It was after 6 months that someone told me that's the
This
best.
is not yours.
Which I rejected.
Mm-hmm.
In Benin.
So when you see
Just like
any
that.
amber with insects in them, wow, they are treasures.
Are you sure?
I'm telling you, they'll buy for you.
You like it?
Yeah, they are good. They will buy from you. So,
Sorry.
What would happen?
if you scratch, it depends. But
Imitation
for
amber.
you to, you know what you want to know is, you want to know if the one you are buying is the genuine stone or not.
This one I want to see.
Have it.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
This amber, is it polished?
Yes, polished.
Sorry, what's the difference between these Nigerian stones are the ones brought from China?
I don't think the Chinese does not have precious stones. Those ones are imitation. They are chemically produced stones. As in they have chemicals together. You understand? To fabricate those stones. Those stones to be, they are imitations. They don't have the properties of a stone. They are not stones. But they made them to take the place of stone. I still have this out there. Where stones are being sold. Well, there's an association out there in the world where stones are being sold. But they are interested mainly in buying our rough. They are not interested in buying our finished and polished rock. So, and Nigeria, do you notice that everybody that goes for summer, do you know that when they come back, after saving so much, they come with amethyst, buying maybe cabochon or whatever, paying through their nose, and they were like, I bought this, my pet stone. I bought it from Italy. And when you tell them this customs, say, it's not possible. How could Nigeria have stones? Even if they have, how would they cut it? No, my stone is from Italy. I have a customer there. That's what they will tell you. They never believe that we have all these things here. So we have markets here in Nigeria. All the stones that we sold to European countries, they don't wear them. The Italian that came to train us said, Lucio, why? He told me that his shoe is 20 years old. And I said, what? How could you be wearing a pair of shoes for 20 years? I said, what about Givenchy? What about Gucci? He said, we made for Nigeria. We don't wear them. They cut these stones. They buy the rough from us. They won't pay so much. Then they sell to us. You understand? So I think this is a challenge. I don't think every one of us here happened to be here by chance or anything. We could turn the face of things. I'm not saying there are no challenges, but this could be turned around. All these bankers, these high guys and babes, they travel every summer, they come back with a piece of jewelry. So I think what Nigeria is ready for the real thing as in real jewelry, because if they go out, travel out every summer to buy this, and we have them so much here. Why don't we come together and find a way of finishing them so that we saturate the Nigerian market and start selling to Ghana? Ghana is waiting. Ghana is a beautiful city, it's waiting. They have gold. But when are we going to? It's just maybe 2 countries away. We can do something together. There is something, there is a mine to be. There is a treasure to be mined, waiting to be mined. That's why forget it. Because if we wait for the government or we wait for improved economy, we might be waiting forever. And when that happens, we might be 90 years old. And by then, maybe all the treasures would have become looted and climate change and everything would have changed things. So why don't we do something?
A lot of stories.
Association, that's why I thought.
Can you give us names?
You have association with them, you join them. There is just one, and I think for you to be part of them, you would get a trainer from them, you get certificates from them to start a intermediary. They give you a trainer, then you pay the trainer, you set up your lapidary through them, getting paid, feed them through everything. Then you tell them the number of people you are training and everything, and all those stuff for them to accept to sell your stone. So, yeah, to sell your cut stone. And when that happens,
cut stone or
Or rough stone.
cut,
You're not getting rough again.
do you not understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is there is this association or in the world of gemstone cutter. They, in their circle, if you are in that association, they are supposed to help you sell your stones. Do you understand? But for you,
what kind of stones do you sell?
whatever stone you cut, especially the faceted ones, then for you to be part of this association, you pay some amount, registration, then you set up a lapidary here in Nigeria, bringing the equipment through them. They give you a trainer, you pay the charges for the trainer, then you set up your lapidary. I think each facetron now is $4,000. The facetron, cabochon, I think $3,000. Then after those ones, you bring in the saw. I don't know how much the saw costs now, and everything that you will need. Then you pay, you do the accommodation for the guy and everything. Then maybe the training is supposed to be 6 months. Then you bring the guy here, he trains for 6 months. He comes down to train you for 6 months. Then after the training, whatever stones you cut, you courier it to them. I have these stones to sell. But I'm telling you, when that happened, they said, can you get us some rough? You found out that actually they will pass your stone around. They don't want to encourage you to keep cutting stones. They want you to keep buying stones. When you people come for summer, Nigeria loves to travel. They want you to come for summer and buy all the tourmaline that they put in white gold, in platinum, in this and that. That's what they want. So when you cut stones, they might tell you they don't like your specification or whatever. They keep disqualifying you. So what I'm saying is, to me, is as good as no way. We have a market in Ghana. Ghana loves Nigeria. The Ghanaians love Nigeria. And even the Nigerians are willing to buy.
So you're
The
saying
market
that
is
exporting it is not...
It's better we do everything here.
Yes. Do you understand? For this stone.
Is Ghana market for the cut stone or the rough stone?
For the cut stones here in Nigeria. For the finished stones, it's here in Nigeria. Africa is here in Africa.
So are you saying that to even sell the rough stones, you have to go through all this process?
No.
That's to sell the rough stones outside the country now. You have to go through all this long...
I'm not even talking about the rough stone.
Okay, of
Miners,
course.
we have rough stones here. We have miners all over Nigeria. The moment they know, you go to these mines, maybe once or twice, you meet the miners, you let 1 or 2 or 3 collect your paper. They will keep calling you, I have those spots. Do you want? They will be getting the rough is after strategic planning, you get your rough continuously. What he is asking is like the market in the developed world, how does it look like? And that was just what I explained to him. We've sold quite a lot of stones to Nigerians here, and some to the Oyibos. Mind you, to the Oyibos at the embassies, especially they love these ones. They love all these faceted stones.
Okay.
If you can get them in gold, oh, it's my pet stone. Can I have this? Oh, you don't have amethyst? Oh, it's my pet stone. If you can get them, there is market in Nigeria. I think our problem is getting this perfectly into gold. Then finishing all these ones.
Now, for me, first of all, you know, to go into the business, to begin to make money, you know, almost immediately, I need to know what are the easiest stones to begin to deal with that I can easily identify.
Fine. In Nigeria, Nigeria is
That the
known
margin is
for
still good.
6 precious stones. 6 precious stones. Tourmaline. We can do the tourmaline. We have the pink color tourmaline, the green color tourmaline, then we have the bicolor tourmaline. Have you come across the bicolor? Yes. We have the green and the pink together. They are beautiful. Oh, they are beautiful. Then we have a stone called ametrine. Oh, ametrine is beautiful. Ametrine. Oh God, it's not a precious stone, mind you, but it's a rare gem. We got it once, and since then we got it, I think 2006 or early 2007, and since then we never come across it. It's a mixture. You see, God is so wonderful. It's a mixture of amethyst and citrine. 3 colors. Can you imagine? The beginning is like this, brown. Then in between is yellow. Then the tip from here down is purple. It's such a gorgeous stone. But since then we never come across it. It's a beautiful stone. I can't forget it. I think we made the mistake. Everybody rushed it and we thought we'll see again. We should have like kept something. It's such a beautiful stone. This Nigeria. When you keep seeing the stone, you will keep appreciating God. You'll just be like, wow, what's this? You will keep wondering. Okay, let's go back to Nigerian precious stones. We have tourmaline, we have the green, the pink. Then we have the beryl. In the beryl group, we have emerald, we have aquamarine, we have aquamarine. Which other one? Like I've forgotten the other. And blue sapphire. Blue stones are rare and they are lovely. Blue sapphire, if you can get them, wow. They are beautiful stones. Emerald, blue sapphire, aquamarine. Then we have garnets. Garnet. This is garnet. This is red garnet and this is orange garnet. Nigeria has the best orange garnet in the whole world. We have the best in the whole world. We have the best orange garnet. We have the best orange garnet in the whole world. So the garnet, we have the red, we have the orange, then we have colorless topaz. This is our topaz. We have the best topaz in the world. We have the best topaz. Clean, clear, in big quantity. We have them. So, are they up to 6 now?
4.
Aquamarine. Then we have emerald. We have blue sapphire. I will put that down. Then we have garnet. We have the red and the orange. Then we have colorless topaz and tourmaline. Are they up to 6 now?
Yeah. What of agates?
Agate, they are semi-precious.
Semi-precious.
You won't believe it. We have almost over, at least I've caught like, let me not exaggerate, like 20 semi-precious things in this Nigeria. It's a mystery.
Okay, then what's the difference between semi and precious?
Wow.
How do you identify?
See, it is nature. Diamond is precious stone.
Yes.
Sapphire is a precious stone. Ruby is precious. There's no denying the facts. Every other stone that are not in the list of the precious are semi-precious. Yes, you'll be surprised. We have beautiful agates in Nigeria, and I think in some parts of America too. But we have beautiful agates in Nigeria. Beautiful agates. We've sold some of the ones we have now. They don't have character.
These stones are readily available.
Yeah, we got them here now.
this always being tourmaline green.
Yes, so I think those ones are found in Isheyi, Ogbomoso, Nasarawa, Jos, and we find some in Kaduna too. Yeah, you'll be surprised. About
Do
you.
you go there to buy or they bring it to you?
Yeah, I think actually in the beginning we had to go to the mines when we started because there's no way the miners will know.
No,
Because-
they don't know where to sell it. Like myself, I don't know where to sell it in Lagos. I have many places I travel.
Then
Now
we
we
found that
travel on
the
Because of the
Oyinbos
same.
will come, the Sierra Leoneans too will come and buy. They will just buy all the money, whether good or not, they will just buy. They know what to do with it. We Nigerians we do, and the miners they work so hard. They need money to
Relax. After work,
even to pay their bills.
Cash and carry.
So they just give them. Do you understand? They don't know what's happening. The government just closes
They are
their
wise
eyes.
now. They are
Even
wise
the
now.
kind of wiseness is not good enough. Do you understand?
But the wise nonsense.
Do you understand? See, the wiseness, what you are calling wise, is not good for the economy. Why are they wise? Because they sell, even the rate at which they sell to other people is still peanut to them. But to us that will make use of it, they will sell at cutthroat for us. And it doesn't pay us. We can't make something out of it. So it's not wiseness, it's not wisdom at all. I'll say that. If the government have put a policy in place that will help the miners as well as the cutters. But do you want to tell me that government is not benefiting from the mines?
Most of them are illegal now.
They are not now.
They are illegal miners.
They are illegal miners, they are original miners. When you go to Nasarawa, you get those companies that are mining. Even if you
See,
go to
let me tell you, even these
jail,
illegal
yeah.
miners,
see?
we have some people that knows about it in the government.
How many legal
Nobody
miners we have?
talked
Yes, yes.
because they are
legal miners we
benefiting.
have?
You know now.
So that's what I'm saying. Look at these pieces of rock. This is an agate. But if you look at it, you find out that it has character in it. It has a pattern.
it's agate.
Yes, it's agate. It has a pattern. It's an onyx. Brown onyx. It has pattern in it. Onyx.
Oh, onyx.
Onyx.
Okay.
It has a pattern. When you cut this stone,
Is it semi?
it's semi-precious. Any stone that is not emerald, it's not diamond, it's not ruby, it's not tourmaline, it's not garnet, all those ones, then they fall in. Then you know what you would do. It's not, we have to help ourselves. No government is helping anybody. So each day when you have the time, you can go on the net and just go to Google. It's easier for everybody. And just like garnet, let's know more about garnet, know more about agate. You understand? Then you can click on and see what's happening. Then by that, the knowledge keep expanding and expanding. So like the brown onyx, after imagine cutting that stone and polishing, you find that pattern on the surface. You understand? After polishing that stone, the pattern will be embedded in the stone and it will be shiny that way.
I have ash one.
You said what?
Ash, this onyx. There's one like ash, two like ash.
Yes, it's nature.
I have what you have beside now.
I'm listening.
Why do you still buy stones?
It's not wrong like you want.
That's
The market is
See, you know what?
You can see they have pattern, they have character in them.
There's this one with character that is showing. That's the
Look at how they have
So you're saying something?
polish.
Yes.
See,
We that have come to attend the seminar now, we don't have the facility to cut stones.
Stones and do all that.
All we are interested in where we can get stones and how we can market stones to start making some little money of our.
Yes.
Then also,
Yeah. That's the deal.
so the technicality of cutting stones and design, we don't have the
We will learn that,
and
but not now.
That's where the money is.
Yes,
No.
but you have to make money to begin to cut stones.
Shouldn't be work.
You have to make money first of all.
yes, you need it.
Because Speaking of tourmaline, I don't know it.
Identifying these stones.
But I'm sure now that if somebody brings you rough tourmaline, what would be the first thing that you look into it? You are going to start looking at clarity. We need clarity. Clarity is very, very important. Then let me tell you, for you to buy these precious stones, they have to be big. Don't buy. There's a guy that brought some stones to be cut. I think maybe last year, he bought some tourmaline, very expensive. He bought them very, very expensive. And the tourmaline has so much crack that for me to get something to perform, I have to cut. If the stone is maybe half, just from here to this place, I have to cut off almost half because they are cracked and they have inclusion. Do the same thing here. They are so bad. You understand? Do you understand? When you want to buy a rough, please, you have to be careful. Because if you buy 1 gram of tourmaline and you buy $20 per gram, you understand? Okay, and you want to make something out of it. Maybe you are looking at maybe 5 carat at the end of the day. You understand? But if the time I want to cut for you, I had to cut off almost half of it without preforming. No, I have to saw it away because they are bad and they are cracked and they are included. You understand? Then you've lost money even without cutting. Because when I saw out all the bad edges, you've lost something. For you to buy a good stone, you have to look at what if they want to saw it. How much are they sawing away? You understand? Because I will still perform. You know, some stones will be like this and they will have holes. Inside, they will be perforated sort of. They are not good. Because if this stone have hole here and here and here, so where am I going to cut? Do you understand? You have to be wise now when somebody brings you stones. They will sometimes the stones are good, have good colors, but they are not good enough. This is a rose quartz, but it's no other pink. But at least it's not too bad. You understand? It has inclusion. Well, we try because for you to get a good rose quartz, you understand? But you have to be smart. When you are buying this kind of stone, you must know in your mind that you are not going to pay the price of faceted stone for this rough. Do you understand? If somebody brings this stone to you as a rough stone, now it's included. This color, it has color but not so pink. Okay, fine. Then it crosses your mind that you can use it as for cabochon. You understand? Then you have to know that you are not going to pay the same price that you pay for faceted stone for this stone.
Federal standard price for
Yeah, like now in Nigeria, I think the semi-precious, they now sell 3,000 per gram. 3,000 per gram. Why this
That's
one?
the rough stone.
The rough stone, 3,000 per gram. Why the precious? It depends. Maybe tourmaline, maybe whatever. I think it starts from $20 per gram.
For the precious stones.
From like tourmaline and co. You understand? That's 150. How much is that? 150 multiplied by 20. That's how much. Let somebody do that for us. 3,000. I don't know, maybe that's per carat or whatever, but I'm not so sure. Maybe so is it 20 or $200? Sorry for that. $200 upward. Yes.
Per gram.
Per gram. $200 per gram upward. It depends how clean. You understand? It all depends. It all depends. How clean, the color, the whatever. But when you want to buy tourmaline or whatever, I will advise you. don't buy the cabochon grade. There's no point buying precious stone, buying the cabochon grade. There's no point. Do you understand? When you buy tourmaline, this is a tourmaline, this is a green tourmaline, cut in an emerald shape. When you buy a tourmaline, don't buy the included one. Make sure you buy the perfect grade. When you buy sparsetite garnet, buy the good grade, something you can facet, something you can. This is iodine.
But the green tourmaline normally comes this way. In a
pencil type.
In a pencil type.
Yes.
And it's marketable.
It's
marketable.
Yes. It's a
What do you use this one for?
And it can be faceted.
For rings.
For
Smaller
jewelry.
cities like this.
Yes,
Yeah.
now there is tiny. You see, all this one that we cut, this is made in Nigeria, customized Nigeria factor. The Onibo don't wear this.
Well, I have some tiny.
Do you understand? The Onibo don't wear stones like this. But yes, they like. But we cut this one's the one we cut. We sold. This one were like earrings. You can imagine how beautiful the stones are. They are almost big like this, faceted.
If I should give you
Are you saying the price of this one is 25?
Exactly.
That means you can cut that one to 10 to bring out this.
Exactly. But you know this is a precious stone. This is semi-precious stone.
Which one is so
If I should give you a tourmaline
Anyone in the
green
days like
type.
Babylon.
Now, there is the bureau type.
I know, and it's marketable.
Yes,
And
now.
it can be cut.
Yes, no.
Faceted.
Yes. Do you know what you would do? I think it's high time. Everybody gets married every time. You see these stones, they have Batman. I think amethyst, I didn't bring that book. I can't put those ones. I think amethyst, maybe it's for March or whatever. Garnet has a month. And people tend to buy the stones, they are birthstone. You understand? What we need to do now is to find these stones. Rose quartz has a month, a birth month. You understand? And you'll find that all these people that go for summer, you tell, I bought my birthstone from Italy. I bought my birthstone, it's amethyst, it's the genuine one. You understand? If we can cut this, let's make something. If you can find somebody to cut this for you, find the goldsmith to do it for you. Or we start cutting. You know, we are great thinkers. We are great people. Cut stones like this. Start taking it to their offices. This is your bed. What month are you, madam? Check the internet. What month? Okay, sir, madam, your birth month is amethyst. Buy your birthstones. They know about it, but in fact, they said no. My sister was telling her friend in the bank the other day that my sister cut stone. She said, I bought my own in Italy. They can't cut stone in Nigeria. How could they do it? They can't. It's not possible. You understand? It's now a challenge to us. It's now a challenge to us. Let them know that this is your birthstone. Show them the rough. Show them the original. Would you buy it the way it is when you go to your Italy, fix it, or would you? Because they might. We don't. I'm sorry. Our goldsmith are.
Because most of them
They are not. Yes.
they are not.
And
It's the
that's
equipment. I think it's the
It's the
equipment.
equipment. They are old. The equipment. It's still the old-fashioned way. So we don't. Our goldsmithing line is zero.
I think we have to start from youth quarters. Let's form the association.
I encourage us to even open our own lapidary association.
Because even the Mamu gold bar, our friend did
Original, no?
of our breaking. Because of breaking it, because reduce
Oh.
2 or 3 stones.
You what?
For me presently, I just want to do with 2 or 3 stones and be good with them. What stones would you encourage me to start with that don't have, too many? Because you are calling, there's a textbook you are reading there, or you opened it, and I mean, we can't, for this short time, I don't see how I'm going to.
Let me tell you.
So we are going to learn. Yes, I'm going to learn all this. But to run with
Okay.
2 or 3 stones. So I
Okay.
mean, as I'm talking to you say you can
If you
buy
go to my house, I'll show you
Okay.
some.
So
I have some books.
Let's
straightforward.
do something.
Yes.
From all I said, how do you see yourself? Are you doing the big business with the faceted stones or with the semi-precious? What do you want? Who are you?
If, eventually, I want to probably, I was thinking, you're talking about, the local market. The truth is, you see, the average Nigerian feels that if you bring something to him that he buys from Italy for maybe $1,000, if you want to sell it to him, you feel that there's something
fishery.
You understand? So even speaking of for me, I see myself actually probably having offices outside the country. So if what I can sell here, I can sell outside the country. But for presently, I have to make money to even buy the machine you're talking of. I'll probably join that association you're talking of. But with all the plenty